ladies and gentlemen, business leaders, distinguished guests, and the host sponsors. I would like to welcome you the second day of Bangladesh Investment Summit, and thank you very much for being so generous to many of you to travel from many other countries, and many of you to spend time to here. So I'll be talking a little bit about the policy lens of digital economy. Would you please start the presentation? Please screen the presentation. Yeah, thank you. So first of all, welcome everyone. I understand many of the business leaders are present. So yeah, it's my pleasure to share some of my views, some of the government views with you, and hopefully we will have a very engaging sessions and follow-ups and action-oriented follow-ups. So let's start from here. When we talk about digital transformation, we talk about a lot of service-oriented transformations that we would like to show that we need to automate many of the services. But the thing is, to automate services, we need the layers ready and prepared underneath. We do not talk much about it. So today, I would like to share my views and the government views, how we are thinking about those layers underneath the service layer. So imagine a lady at the coastal belt of Bangladesh. She is waiting for her husband when a devastating cyclone is approaching her. Imagine the villagers who are waiting to take shelter at the cyclone centers, or the paddy, or the farmers, potato farms, who don't know the weather forecast and know when to harvest, or the food panda delivery girl, who don't know where there is a nearest toilet or washroom for her to use, or the rickshaw puller, who has the battery and do not know what is the residual amount of charge he has and how long he can pull his rickshaw. Or the remitter who is applying for a visa and his or her documents are instantly getting rejected because those are not digital documents. Those attestations are not digitally certified. So we, in the name of digital transformation, over the last 15 years, we have tried to solve these problems on silo basis. And we didn't talk about interoperability. Companies, governments, startups, and from every angle of the digital economy or legacy economy, we tried to solve these problems on silo basis. Because we didn't want to share data to others, we didn't try to exchange things, and we thought we will be, if I share ideas, then my business case will be lost, and so and so. So in the name of business innovation, we actually created a lot of digital transformation hazards. I'm not blaming anybody, but what I'm saying that we have to solve these hazards together with the government and together with the industry. Together we have to solve these problems. When you talk about economy, political economy, macroeconomy or microeconomy, we always talk this population pyramid of Bangladesh. And it comes with a number of key things, that GDP growth is this, very sustainable, over 6%. The youth population is so large, and the median of the age is only 26. So this country has the immense amount of potentiality to get the benefits of demographic dividend. And at the same time, we have more than 60 millions of workable labor force, and we have more than 2 millions of graduates coming out of the institutions. So these are the key things. At the same time, this indicates when there is a problem in the digital silo, the problem scales up to the millions level. So when there is a problem in the passport system, that affects millions. When there is a problem of data interoperability or data sharing or registration issue, that affects millions. So this is the thing we never talk about. And we try to hide these problems under the carpet. Yes, we talk about political stability. We talk about policy inconsistency, those two major problems we face, like many other developing countries. Hopefully, Bangladesh, after July revolution, will solve these problems in a very sustainable way. So today I came to show you hope, and the hope that people showed after July revolution. After such a revolution, we saw many other countries, their systems, services, institutions get completely scrapped. But in Bangladesh, we have not. We are still standing firm and able to form such an engaging and vibrant international investment summit here in Dhaka after just 6 months of the regime change. And I think together with the people's resilience against climate vulnerability, against political turmoil, this population shows immense amount of opportunity. And these opportunities has to be taken by the innovators. And here we, as policymakers, we have to lay the foundation as much as possible. When it comes to digital transformation, as Mr. Moinul has shared, in the digital transformation master plan, we have given enough massive focus in upscaling. So this is one thing. If we can challenge our workforce for skilled, then we will be able to solve the problems and challenges of fourth industrial revolution. And here, data governance has a big role to play when it comes to digital economy. As I said, interoperability is important. Scalability of this is a big problem here. So, because we are silo, we are not that much interoperable or limited interoperable. Our scalability is at risk or at challenge. And the last thing is ethical use of internet and data, both from the society and also for the organizations. So I will not spend much about the problem statements. We know each other that our digital systems are silos, and at the same time, the citizen storage, data institute storage are also created in a way, those are also created silos. So like our NID system is not fully integrated. BDRS, birth and death registration, is not fully integrated. CRVS is not fully integrated. Not only that, the financial transaction data we get from the market, the CDRs we get from the mobile industry, the transactions we get from the payment gateways, these are not interoperable. So our task is to make this interoperable and lay the foundation so that service gets most benefit out of it. When it comes to payment system, we also have a number of silos. Our credit card companies has one silo, NPSB has a silo, MFS is getting a silo, and also the payment system gateways, the PSO groups are also silo. So these are also silos that are blocking the immense amount of opportunities. So we have to unblock these opportunities. I will spend a little bit on this. So when you talk about a lot of silos, silos do not help us to elevate elevate the difficulties and also scale up the service levels. So here, our government focus is to pay enough attention on digital public infrastructure. And we are saying that in the digital public infrastructure, the very first thing, we will lay the regulatory legal foundation. That is the most bottom one in this graph. So that is, we're working seriously with cyber safety ordinance. And in the cyber safety ordinance, we have consulted with the different wings of the society and try to address all the concern. So by the end of this month, we'll be offering a fresh cyber safety act that is not repressing, that will not allow the government to oppress the citizen, to undermine democratic values, and also it will be respecting human rights and freedom of expression. So we have consulted a lot of civil society activists and also human rights organizations before we finally produce it. So I hope by the end of this month, cyber safety ordinance will be gazetted. The next one is, at this moment, we are working in Digital Personal Data Protection Act. I have a lot of concerns over last few years about it, about data localization and platform liability, this type of things. So in cyber safety ordinance, we said that if platforms are ordered to block contents, government has to publish it. And anybody can sue the government based on that data. So this type of provision has been given. And in Public Personal Data Protection Act, we are saying that the previous structure has been completely scrapped. So we are talking about completely new organogram, that there will be a data governance and interoperability authority under Prime Minister Office and under the supervision of the Supreme Court. And it will regulate the interoperability standards, who will be sharing what, and who will be asking for API. If someone is asking for API, that authority will net scout, will be scouting against which of the services someone or some company will be asking which of the data. So it will be governed in a way that services will get data based on the relevance. Not everyone can take all the data for all the purposes. And then we are saying that the two parties, source and destination of the data, what is their cyber safety enforcement capability, what is their technical capability, what is their international certification in standards based on different domains like banking and finance, mobile communication, ICT, ITES, all those data centers, hyperscalers. So based on industry standards and international practices, these parties who is sharing data and who is receiving data, they have to maintain some sort of regulatory obligations in terms of international standards and protocols. So at this moment, you know, millions of citizens finds their data in the dark web. So we want a kind of structure, organization here so that it can govern. So it doesn't mean that we will take all the systems into one. No, we will not discover any new wheel. Rather, the existing wheels will be interconnected. Then we are talking about, we will be focusing highly on AI and cloud policy. At this moment, we are working with UNESCO. When the UNESCO AI readiness methodology report is out sometime in May, we will revisit our AI policy and we will announce an immense amount of focus into cloud first, because we have problems in electricity. And for digital economy to fly, we understand that we have to offer quality electricity also and high-speed internet. So From internet perspective, I'll talk about in the infra layer. So these are the activities: Cyber Safety Ordinance, Personal Data Protection Act, then National AI Policy, National Cloud Policy, and besides, we are also working with some other policies, like we have renewed the high-tech park policy to elaborate the scope of and the definition so that it can accommodate new businesses. And parallelly, we have made a semiconductor policy. The NRBs who are working mostly in the US market, the teachers, our teachers who are the professors in different Western universities, we formed a body, and they have helped us to form a national AI policy. So these are the regulatory layer of the digital public infrastructure. Then we talk about the connectivity layer. Connectivity layer, we have a lot of conscious and unconscious blocking. The quality of internet is very poor, whether it is mobile internet quality or broadband quality. So I hope for the premium customers, Starlink and other NGSO players will show some hope to the entrepreneurs and the business. At the same time, we are talking about the type of policies we can offer to the mobile operators, to the ISPs and the carriers, so that they can get enough policy help and infra help from our side, so that they can liberalize this infrastructure. So for example, fibers. Our fiber policy was blocking the digital economy. We realize it, and we will take necessary steps to liberalize fiber network and create conscious blockings and unconscious blockings. So because this is one of our high priority. At the same time, in the internet price at the gateway, from the government submarine cable side, we have reduced it recently. For hyperscalers, we have offered 20% discount, and at the same time, if the bulk amount of purchase happen beyond a certain range, there is additional 30% discount. So we are saying that we will bring down the internet price to the regional level, so that the cloud, data center, and hyperscalers get this type of policy support from our side. And then the third layer of the digital public infrastructure is authentication. At this moment, we don't have national unique authentication layer. We are working with European Union and World Bank to create electronic ID and service layer authentication platforms, and we will try to break existing silos also in this area. I forgot something from the kind of infra layer. We are working seriously on the license regime. The communication industry has a number of stages in the voice and data call market. So we will offer a very flexible license structure. So we are working on the topology change. So new topology will have only 3 to maximum 4 layers: international layer, infrastructure layer, access layer, something like this. There can be a service layer. So I believe by the mid of the year, sometime in June or July, we will be coming out with all those fresh policies that unblocks the blockings of the economy from the communication side and also from the legal side. And then there will be slowly, we will create an authentication layer, and after that, we will have cyber safety or cyber security ordinance passed, and also when the data governance authority is created, there will be some orders restored in terms of interoperability and data governance. And on top of that, we have this service layer. We talk a lot about fintech, edtech, agrotech, healthcare tech, and govtech. So, but we could not help ourselves enough. We could not drive this market enough. The reason the layers beneath was not ready. Our government focus is to make those layers ready. No. Anyway, so I can assure you from the government side that we will be offering all the policy support to business. And then together with government, the business has to solve the problems of the society. And from our side, from Professor Yunus' spirit, there should not be any conscious blocking in the policy anymore. If there is any unconscious block, we are ready to discuss and ready to negotiate. The only one thing we demand from the business is the employment. The July revelation will be successful when we will be able to create an environment for innovation and employment. The companies who are operating here in Bangladesh, I would like to offer them, we would like to offer all the policy supports, and in return, we would like them to create enough employment, quality employment. And to facilitate them, we will try to offer you quality electricity, stable internet, land pieces in the high-tech park, and duty restructuring. So every type of support you need, we are ready to discuss, we are open to negotiate. And please feel free to reach out to us. We are accessible by anyone, any business. This is your task to solve the problem, and this is our task to solve your problem. Thank you so much.